That's awesome.
Point blank
dude.
period. And the reason why you get the Athletic is because of his beast draft guide. Everyone must get it. I do my own rankings, but certainly when I'm done, I will see what Matt Waldman did in his rookie scouting portfolio, which is 1,000 pages.
What?
On the skill positions, not even on defense. And then
Wow.
I'm going to read and check into what Dane did with his beast, his draft guide.
I can't wait to see that either. Mm-hmm. Well, he did do a mock, and he has a little shakeup up front, talking about a trade with the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants so that the Giants can get their quarterback. That quarterback is not Shadur, by the way. It's Cam Ward. Just a few things that jump off. Tennessee goes with Travis Hunter at that 3 spot. By the way, it took the trade to get up to number 1. It took the Giants to give up the pick swaps and then a pair of day 2 picks to go get number 1. Does that sound about right as far as cost?
Yeah, that sounds about right as far as cost.
Okay.
So people are predicting now, as we're less than a week away from legal tampering, every team has their first round pick for the first time since the merger.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
But now the counter of that is there's blockbuster deals coming up. Yeah, it's not really a great quarterback class, and I don't see someone making a big move unless it's maybe for an Ashton Genty. And then how big is that move? That's to be determined.
Well, it's Cam Ward. Travis Hunter goes 3, and he ends up there with a trade with Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Ashton, unfortunately, finds a home in Las Vegas.
Ugh.
So the Boise State running back becomes a Raider. And
Then we hate him.
Yeah, we would hate him.
Yeah.
Immediately, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime there's a player drafted by the Raiders, they just go on my sports hate list.
Yep.
100% of the time.
No question.
Number 9 is where Tyler Warren goes. So that matters because the Colts, who need a tight end, they need a lot, but they also need a tight end. They end up taking Colston Loveland. Don't love that because that's what the Broncos were supposed to do at number 20.
Everybody thinks Colston Loveland will be the Broncos pick at 20. And you said the Colts take him?
Colts take him.
You know what the Colts need?
Quarterback, a coach, offensive line, defensive
Owner.
Owner. Yeah.
We're not doing Indianapolis radio, but I was in the ESPN Indianapolis studios all week last week. Here's the thing. They need Shadur Sanders.
Wow.
They're lying to themselves about Anthony Richardson.
You know who I heard?
Completely lying to themselves.
There's a big fella. Is it Marcellus Wiley?
Marcellus Wiley?
Is he the guy on the movie? The dude on ESPN, the big dude that was the Patriot forever.
Oh, the offensive line. Yeah.
He said the Colts could be interested in Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I mean, Anthony Richardson isn't it, but yeah, you're right. Who cares about the Colts?
Yeah. They could use the Shadur Sanders.
They definitely
Which you
could.
haven't mentioned yet.
Haven't got to him. We'll go to 21st because no Colston Loveland there. It's Omarian Hampton, the North Carolina running back. Of course, Brugler mentions that Joker role, but gives him a lot of credit for who he is and his measurables. At 221 pounds, ran a 4.46 40. Cecil, you imagine a 221-pound guy running at you with that kind of speed,
Yes.
or away from you is really what it would be?
Yes.
And a 38-inch vertical. They just reflect the explosion that he brings on the field. I wouldn't be upset if there's no tight end right there immediately for you to grab. Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland gone. I would much prefer this than even the best safety in the NFL draft. I would prefer Omarian Hampton.
Right. And if you look at Hampton, it's all about yards after contact. Oh, almost 5 yards a carry after contact.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's just what they do in North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's what Javonte did. And Hampton is a player that I've compared favorably to a young Javonte Williams. He's got more speed than Javonte. Javonte was never a pull away from you guy, but he also was a run at you guy. The difference with Hampton is he has vision. Javonte sees contact. He's like, I'm going to run you over. Yeah. Like, okay, dude, but that doesn't work.
But remember, we were sitting at several games this year and both of us going, he's dancing. He's trying to be a vision back and
right.
not a physical back.
Yes, yeah. And that's why vision is very important. Terrell Davis says it's the number one asset for running back. Omarian Hampton has vision.
I saw Terrell Davis
size.
yesterday, by the way.
Whoa, you didn't tell me this. We're supposed to share these sorts of things.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay.
Handsome devil, that Terrell
Did you say
Davis.
what up?
No, I was like, hey, TD, you remember that one time? And then I walked away.
So Terrell was with me on the old ESPN Denver when and then the Colorado State Patrol got me drunk on air.
Oh, yeah.
And so
he was on the air with you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you had to hear me talk about how much I love Tim Spence and all that. I said some stuff. Spivak would hit the dump button on me if I said that stuff today.
I got to
on
hear
these
the
airwaves.
audio of that, dude. I got to find that somewhere.
So every time I see TD, we catch up, we say, what's up? And he goes, you still getting drunk on air? Well, I mean, no.
Like it was a bit, man. I don't do that.
It was for Colorado State Patrol, but love TD. And Omarian Hampton, you're going to love him if he's a Denver Bronco. He's my number 2 back in this draft class. Full disclosure, I do not have a first-round grade on him, but it's 20.
So you're
That's
getting
a second-rounder anyway.
Even if it's not Omarian Hampton, you're still getting a second rounder.
You're getting a second-rounder anyway with Travion Henderson, right? Who is my number 3 back in this class. Yeah, I mean, Hampton would be a great bet, and he's immediate starter. He's immediate, day 1, 15 carries a game.
Okay, that was my next question. You knew right where I was going.
Yes, carries.
All right. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Would not be mad at that. The tight end's not there. You certainly need a running back, and then you can go and get a tight end with pick number 51 or 85, depending on what you've fallen in love with. But what else pops off here on the Dane Brugler mock draft is what happens at number 21. And it's Shadur Sanders going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 21. And Dane writes that he could be a wild card. He could be a top 6 pick. He could be a complete out of the first round. I don't think that. You don't think that. The Steelers here would be a big drop. We saw the Zerline mock that had him slip into 29 where the Browns had to come back into the first round and get him. I really actually like this, man. I think this would be best case scenario for Shadur Sanders. Now, financially, going to the Giants would be best case scenario, or the Jets because of the market that you're in and the eyeballs that will be on you week in and week out. But football-wise, football life, development, he goes to Pittsburgh, and the Steelers, they remain a problem, or at least a player in the AFC West for the next 10 years.
Yeah, they remain a player against Baltimore. I mean, point blank period, you've got to find a way in that division to keep up with the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, who the next big game Lamar wins will be the first big game Lamar wins. Shadur Sanders could be your big game hunter. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers with that defense, with the ground game that you're almost assuredly going to have, they're looking to extend Jaylen Warren. Najee Harris likely to hit the free agent market. This is the latest buzz. There's also some buzz we're going to talk about tomorrow with the Steelers and a certain Broncos player. That's tomorrow's show. But if you're the Steelers and you get Shadur Sanders, you've got your franchise quarterback and you didn't even have to suck. You can still win your 8 games or be above 500 like Mike Tomlin has been every single year. And if you're Shadur, it's all about fit in the NFL. The dirty secret, it's about fit. Mike Tomlin would fit with him in ways that other coaches just can't. They cannot. Brian Daboll be yelling up in Shadur's kitchen if they're 1-6. It doesn't matter. He's not going to listen to Brian Daboll.
Doesn't it feel like whatever team Shadur goes to, it's his show? You go to the Steelers, you're a part of the show.
Yeah. You go to the Steelers and you're just the Steelers quarterback.
You're just yeah.
Which is the best thing for him because Shadur Sanders can win a championship with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shadur Sanders probably not going to win a championship with the New York Giants or the Tennessee Titans or the Cleveland Browns. Shocker, right? Yeah. Any
Spoiler
of these other
alert,
teams.
Nobody is.
Match him with any of these other teams. Seattle, right? They move on from Geno Smith. Okay. You're not going to win a championship there, but with that fit with Mike Tomlin, who we would listen to, who Tomlin would put him in his place, he wouldn't be larger than the team. He wouldn't be, hey, my coach is like, he wouldn't do any of that stuff that he would do with Tennessee, with Cleveland, with the Giants.
I think it's a perfect match. I think
you'd almost want it. You'd want it. And then you'd have to cover up. You'd have to go scrub all the, you'd be like that Seattle guy who was talking trash about Bo Nix. Just go block everybody. Just put it, all my tweets are protected now. Shadur would have to go do the Browns because Steelers fans hate Browns.
Yeah.
They hate the Browns. And the Browns hate the Steelers. I remember I wore my Mean Joe Green jersey back in the day on the old Sports Zoos days, and me and Scotty and Dave Logan. And Dave, no cap, as the kids would say.
Oh, because he's a
Dave Logan looked at me and he said, "Don't ever wear that in front of me again."
Wow.
And I'm only half kidding.
Oh, God.
And so, we go to commercial, and I'm a young guy. I was just excited. I heard Dave Logan cuss off air. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. Off air, Dave's like, "That you see the way I walk?" He said, "It's because of those guys."
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Dave's hands?
Yeah.
It's a monster, dude.
2 players two men have been drafted in all three major sports. Dave Winfield and Dave Logan.
I'm going to name my kid Dave. See if I can get some good luck.
Super Dave.
All right, we'll look around the NFL. Keep this conversation going. I see you, Paul in Lakewood wants to ask you a question, Cecil, about another running back. We'll do that. And I do want to talk a little bit more about this San Francisco deal.